Hello class, this is Mr. Goodman and this is lesson 5.5, which is in combination with lesson 5.4 and it's putting it all together. I know this says 6.5 but it's 5.5. I'm just not changing some of the things here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is the last two lessons we've really just gone over 5.3 was the H and K, and the previous lesson 5.4 was the A value. Now we're just going to put it all together. And this is really the skill of graphing trigonometric functions that I've been working it towards. So very quickly, the A value stands for amplitude. That's a vertical stretch / compression, also known as dilatation. The H value is a horizontal translation, and the K value is a vertical translation. Yeah, I don't know why it's called K. The language that we can use to describe this is the same as with quadratics. This has been vertically stretched by a factor of 3. This has been vertically stretched by a factor of 2, and this has been shifted 60 degrees to the right. Again, H is always backwards the way it appears. This has been reflected across the x-axis. This has been stretched by a factor of 2, shifted 60 degrees to the right, and shifted downwards 1 unit. And again, if it's a fraction here, it's just compressed by a factor of 1 over 3. So that's how we describe these things in English, but how would we actually graph it? And this first thing I'm going to do is just show you what it looks like. So if you're given this, the first thing I want you to do in blue here is just draw the parent function. Just draw the parent function every time, and you can do it one step at a time. This -2 here in green, well, I take this point, I reflect it, and then I double it because the amplitude has become 2. I take my point right here, I reflect it, and then I double it, and that's where I get the green one from. From the green one now, we then have to move everything 60 degrees to the right. In this case, that's 2 spaces. So there's my green one, 2 spaces to the right. There's my green one, 2 spaces to the right. There's my green one, 2 spaces to the right. Now, this red one does continue, but I've said already that if it goes off the page or you're not quite sure how it continues, don't worry, you can just put a little, arrow on it, and that's good enough for me. The last thing in purple here is 1 space down. So 1 space down, 1 space down, 1 space down, draw the purple one, and boom, you're done. You've done the entire thing, and that's where it is right there. And it's good if you do multiple colors to actually label each one as to what it is that's happening. So that's today's lesson. There's some domain and range here, but we'll put that aside for now. That's today's lesson. And if that made sense to you, great, you've pretty much got it. That's why this is a double lesson, because this really isn't so much work. However, I am going to go through and show this to you. Instead of just plopping it on a page, I'll actually do it for you once or twice. And maybe I'll skip some steps as I go forward. So you don't have to do it one at a time. I'm suggesting that as you start, you should do that. So let's just make this first bit right here in pink. So that means I'm just going to take this and compress it by a factor of 1 over 2. The zeros stay the same. And you'll notice my scale here is a little bit different, and I just did that ahead of time to make that work. I kind of started off the scale and I was like, oh, that doesn't make sense. That's going to just be too tight. So then I crossed it off and put 1 and 2 like that. And you can do that. So there's my pink one. Now I'm just going to work and do my blue one here. That means I'm going to move everything 1 space to the left, because it's backwards the way it appears, and up 1. So that means it's going to go to the left and up 1. Again, this is up 1 because I'm doing 2 spaces for every 1 here. And that occurs with 0 as well. 1 space to the left and up 1. 1 space to the left, up 1. 1 space to the left and up 1. So this could be a little trickier to draw, but you got to recognize this is your equation of your axis. So I just kind of have to remember that. There you go. And again, that's good enough for my purposes. But it is nice if you can kind of be like, oh yeah, it kind of goes that way, and oh yeah, it kind of goes that way, and that's good enough. And that's how you do it. And again, if you want to be super clear as to what's happening here, the pink one here was just your 1/2 sine x, and the blue one here is the 1/2 sine x, but it's x plus 30 degrees plus 1. And there it is. And that's what I'm expecting you to do in this lesson. Let's do that one more time. And again, I say do it in 2 steps. I mean, you don't have to be fancy pants here and, you know, just do it all in one go. There's no one here to impress. It's just me. So in pink, I'll do this in 2 steps. People who are strong in really in grade 12 do this all in one go. They just kind of do it and they go, oh, reflect, compress, to the right, down, this point, over there, done. And that's how they do it. We're going to do it just a little slower. We're going to reflect it and compress it. Reflect it and compress it. So therefore, this is what I've got. A reflection. There we go. Yeah, it's a little tight. All right, well, that's what it is. And again, that's the reflection and the compression. But not the translations. Now I'll do the translations. So 120 degrees, 30, 60, 90, oh, that's 4 spaces. Okay, so 4 spaces to the right and 3 spaces down for each one. So I'll start from here because I'm going to count to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And now this is the halfway point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. See? And this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's just off the page. And this is the equation of the axis. And again, it's valuable if you can kind of understand it continues in that direction, but you don't have to go crazy with that. That's good enough for me. Okay. So there you go. If you can do that, you are now able to graph trig functions. No problem, based on the equation. What's next? Next, in the next lesson, we'll actually maybe give you a graph and you'll tell me what the equation is. But for right now, putting it all together, a couple questions from here I'm going to assign. So that's something for you to do. And this is all going to be due on Monday, and then we'll be moving on to the next step after Monday. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this double lesson. I hope that made sense to you and that wasn't too hard. The special feature for today is this. This is a National Geographic article from January 1994. And that was the first one I ever got in my subscription. So yes, I've been a subscribed National Geographic member for 26 years now. It's taught me so much. When I was a kid, teenager, I read it a lot. It really helped me with my geography knowledge and just random stuff, knowledge around the world. And if you haven't picked one up and taken a look at it, it's more than just the pictures. It's a good thing to read. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed learning how to graph these things, and I'll see you next time. Mr. Goodman, signing off.